I mean, he was shooting from the heart, you know what I'm saying? Like, if someone's not shooting from the heart, we call it out, but I mean, he was shooting from the heart. All right, this video is called, Can Rival Gangs Coexist Peacefully? Let's get into it.
Man.
Hey, yes.
I wanted my message to impact gang culture. You know, I'm one of you. Wherever I end up, you're gonna know that you can end up there too.
Damn, that was low-key profound in the worst of ways, you know what I mean? Because it was like, he meant it in a good way, like wherever I end up, you can make it there too. But he ended up getting killed. So it's like, wherever he ended up, you can end up killed too.
You could,
at a young age.
Be successful and rich and still get killed.
Right.
In the streets. That is crazy.
I was affiliated with the Blood Gang for my entire life. My heart, my soul, my family are Bloods.
I'm affiliated with the Capinella Park Power Rules.
The Anthony Park Miller Gangsta Bloods.
Power Rule Gang.
Black Peachstone Jungles. I'm affiliated with the Rolling 60s. Been gang banging for most of my life. No high school diploma, but I feel like I know it all though.
When you young.
It's crazy they did this though, because like, if you ever get charges, they're gonna amplify the charges if you're affiliated with the gang. And then they got everyone that's on camera saying, oh yeah, I'm affiliated with this gang, this gang, this gang. So it's like, if they ever catch charges, the charges are getting doubled or tripled or whatever they do.
I mean, this is pretty bold too, because like, gang rivals will know your face. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these people are really like repping.
You know, the excitement of it, the brotherhood, you kind of like fall victim to it. But I feel like it also prepares you for the real world and gets you ready for like a lot of like obstacles that you might run across.
Everybody just labels a gang member as just a terrorist threat. You know, just not real human beings, but that's not the fact.
Hey, how you doing? You doing, brother? You all right, brother? Squabble, boogaloo.
Yo, what's going on? My name's Seti Mack. I'm from Anthony Park. I do rapping, comedy, and I'm a jack of all trades, really.
My name's Jay Nasty. I'm from Compton, Spooktown. Freshly paroled from prison, a certified welder.
My name's Squabbler. I'm from the Jungles. I'm an up-and-coming artist from Los Angeles, California.
My name is Skip Townsend, and I come out the West Adams area, and I'm a job developer and also do human development as well.
Yeah, I'm Boogaloo, Westside Nellas. I'm one of the CEOs of Rosecrans Entertainment. My name YS, I'm from Capinella Park. I'm an up-and-coming artist, and you feel me, I do a little bit of everything, just try to play my part.
My name is AD. I'm from Rolling 60s, and I'm a street activist.
Step forward if this statement is true for you. Gangs aren't as bad as the media portrays them.
Why do you think they're standing like that?
Because they separate people on the sides, but that doesn't look like the sides.
And he's like resting on these people.
I don't know. Because don't they usually have people on one side?
Right, and there's a
the ex-gang members will be on the other side.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
But it doesn't look like, I mean, it looks like they have them mixed up.
Right? But those two are so far apart, like, very interesting.
Maybe they don't want to coexist peacefully, I don't know.
Shit, we all coming.
That's everybody, big dog.
Yeah, let's talk about this stuff. A lot of people like in gangs, you know, we grew up together as like brothers. I can go spend a night at my homie's house, you feel like mama feed me, you feel what I'm saying? And together, we done came up with ways that we could feed the children. We done did backpack giveaways, we done did all type of shit, but the media, they always put out the negative about us, but they never like put out the positive shit that we done did.
I feel like the media got like an old school perception on what gangbanging is or what gangbanging is about, and modern day gangbanging has evolved from what it's been back then. So now it's okay for Bloods and Crips to go to school together, to where back in the days, you couldn't find a Crip at Centennial, you probably couldn't find a Blood at Crenshaw, like, you know what I'm saying? So nowadays, we can coexist.
They don't never really show the unity of it all. Like, they always show the separation, the segregation. They don't really fathom the strength and the power we got inside our community. And I really don't think they really care about that. They put us in this one statistic box.
That's how I feel.
You know, and they leave us right there. That's where they want us, but it's really up to us to say, okay, at least the next generation is gonna come with something. It's gonna come with positivity. We living, but we really not surviving. We too in competition with each other.
Everybody hard now though, you know? So I see everything on social media and everything. I'm really locked in with all. I mean, I posted something positive about me giving backpacks away and stuff at the park and all that with the homies and stuff. It got like, what, 1,000 views, 2,000 views. I get like 5,000 views and I'm posting something crazy though. You get me? When you doing positive, you cloud chasing. When you doing negative, it's all good because that's what we used to. That's the bread and butter, I guess. That's what we already do.
So what's happening right now is you about to leave a legacy, right? But it's not gonna be a financial legacy. See, if there was something you was doing positive and all them 5,000 views you got, they gonna dwindle down to about 200-300 if you was empowering the community and shedding light and, like you saying, waking people up, then all that's gonna go away. But as long as you got the negative influence, well, you gonna leave that legacy, but ain't nobody gonna be able to eat afterwards.
Someone I love.
Yeah, I didn't know gangs did stuff like that.
I didn't either. I never hear of gangs like community service groups.
Right, it sounds like a fraternity in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, all you hear about is they kill each other. That's like literally all I hear about. Don't wear the wrong color shirt or a gang member's gonna kill you.
Right.
And then we lived in LA for 2 years. And then the gang members there were telling us that that it's not really like that. Like you don't really have to worry about the shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like real recognize real. They're just not going down hunting civilians just wearing a red shirt or a blue shirt.
Right. They were like, it's not dangerous for everyday people like that.
Die from gang violence.
Oh, man. That's crazy, man. We ain't even got to get up, man. Just ask a question before we sit down.
The first time I ever seen somebody close to me pass away, I was young. My older cousin, right in front of my mama's house. Another black man, just typical statistic gang banging. And it's like, visualizing that as a young boy is like, that's probably one of the reasons why I am who I am today.
It's traumatizing.
Like it's traumatizing and it instantly adapts you to your community, to your environment, to where you at. Because it's like, if you don't get down like this, you gonna get down like this.
I was 19 years old, man, and I had seen a lot of people get shot. But I was sitting there talking to this dude. It was actually Kevin Sykes from 60s. We sitting there talking for about an hour. I'm waiting to go skating. And as soon as he crossed the street, the van pulled up. They had been waiting the whole time, and they gunned him. And that's really fucked me up, man, to see that. They could have easily just came up and gunned us both. It wasn't about Crip or blood. It was just about that anger and rage, like, man, want to hurt somebody. And, man, it left something, a void in me that was, like, spiritual. Like, man, what is God doing? But also that rage was like, man, I want to hurt somebody. And I took it with me from the age of 19, and I just felt suicidal. Like I signed up every day to go out and be dead. I didn't care. I'm going to hurt somebody, they going to hurt me.
To this day.
I wonder why all these murders happen. You know what I mean? Like you hear a lot of it's retaliation, but like, where does it start? Like, why did the van just pull up on old dude and gun him down? Like, that's what I want to know.
Maybe like disrespect.
Maybe, but it's like, I mean, I feel you never really hear the reason why. You just hear about the murders, gang violence, murders.
Right.
Because like, if there's a problem people want to solve, I'd be interested to know, well, why are these murders happening?
I still think, I'm almost guaranteed that I'm gonna die from street violence.
Are you okay with that though?
Well,
have you accepted that as a man?
Yes, I accept it because it's like, all the negativity I done dished out.
See, I want to say something because this is what's causing me to change, because I made that same pact, that same vow for my gang that I'm gonna die for my gang. I do life for this shit.
Yeah.
But recent shit has showed me that nah, I got another purpose. I could do something else. I don't have to die to gang banging.
Let me ask you something real quick though. You got a child, a baby, a girl.
I got 4 beautiful blessings.
You got 4 beautiful blessings. So here's the thing: would you die for them?
Of course.
But that's not what they want.
No, that's
they need you to live for them.
Yeah.
And you ready to go out every day and die for them, and them the same people need you to be alive.
Damn, man, I done lost some many homies. I done lost some Crip homies. I done lost some blood homies. I'm over with this gang banging shit. If something happened to y'all, y'all will see that I'm so serious about this shit, that I'm on a whole nother note, homie.
Respect.
You feel me? And I don't want to lose y'all. If motherfuckers don't wake up and let's save each other so it don't have to be no more losses, we gonna lose. Straight up.
in the beginning of the video, they were kind of saying like the media doesn't show the positive aspects of gangs. But I mean, it sounds like the negative outweighs the positive.
It's pretty negative.
So I mean, you can't really complain about the positive side not being shown. That'd be like complaining about the media never shows the positive side of Hitler. Not a perfect analogy. You know what I mean? If something is so negative, the positive doesn't matter. The negative way outweighs it.
Right. That's so true. And I feel like these three are like in the same clique or something.
Which three?
The red pants with the two guys he's wrapped around.
Oh, okay.
Because like, why is he hanging on to them? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like they're almost like ready to throw up signs or something.
Maybe just one of them touchy-feely dudes. I don't know.
Rival gangs is possible today.
I do. I really do.
Awesome.
It's gonna be hard.
Look at the peacemakers move, though.
Right. I've actually did it. That's why I feel like it could be peace. Because
Yeah, that limp.
That limp, yeah, he's been shot.
Yeah,
That's a
definitely.
fake leg, actually, probably.
You think so?
You see that angle?
Yeah.
At least the bottom of it.
It may not be fake, but he's probably been stumped out of shot.
Yeah. It's the limp, like in the hood. That's a crazy.
You see a lot of people with limps.
You do. And like, it's crazy how black people have turned so many like negativity things into like, you know, like when you have, what is it, the G walk or what, like how people walk with the limp and it's like swaggy. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
It's like they literally turn that into something good, but it's like, it's because that person has probably been shot.
I mean, that's not the walk people talk about, but yeah.
I've actually sat in a circle and had a conversation with my enemies, and we cleared the air and killed our little difference. Now, it's not peace between all my enemies, but it's peace with the main enemies, with us. And we not even gonna call it peace, we will call it an understanding, because that's what it was. The understanding was y'all stay on y'all side, we stay on our side. Don't disrespect that line, and we good, and keep all that internet goofy shit, you know, dissing. Y'all keep that shit out of the circle, and we good. And it's been working so far. We had little bumps and bruises, but it's been working.
This question was complex to me because I'm thinking like, are we talking about individually or gang-wise? Are we talking about in today's world or like, are we working towards the future to get better? Because I believe that in the future, sooner or later, we are gonna be able to function. Right now, with things that's been going on in the politics, it's hard to see it with the 8 Trays and the 6 O's. That was an eye-opener for LA because it was like, if that's what modern day gangbanging is working towards right now, it just takes time.
People nowadays, like, it's a revenge cycle. It's people that'll kill you that don't gangbang. They family or friend or somebody
you shot my brother.
You feel me? So it's like sometimes the peace don't even be like on us because we're not bigger. Nobody bigger than the court, you know? So it's like, all right, how is that one person right there just gonna say it's peace today and then everything else is just peaches and cream?
I look at it like peace today is out just for the simple cause of the matter. Like, it hasn't been a long period of time without a death or without a retaliation or without another man, woman from a rival gang getting murdered. Show that you don't want to come to my hood and bust on me or knock me down. Let me show you the same thing. And then once we get that understood, then you can go about your life and go by my business. But it's a thing called leaders and followers. It's some leaders that's gonna be speaking peace. You're gonna have some leaders like, no, they done did too much. It's this history, this is what it is. So it's like, as much as you want peace, I just live life for my individual peace.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. It's not gonna be an easy solution. Like, you could just be like, oh, every gang meet, let's have peace. Like, but what about dude whose brother just got killed yesterday from the rival gang? You know what I mean? Like,
even 10 years ago.
Right. So it's like, yeah, peace overall is not gonna happen, but like it can become more peaceful over time. I feel like that's a realistic goal to have.
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like, okay, let's say somebody's brother got killed 10 years ago, right? The person who killed the brother got killed. Well, that brother that's still living is gonna still be mad at the gang, even though both of them are killed. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I feel like in a way, warring gangs is like a sort of like masculinity hierarchy competition. And like, neither one is gonna give up on that, realistically.
Right, it's like modern day, there's not that many things you could do to be in touch with like your primal masculinity. Like maybe you can go hunting, play football or, you know, MMA, boxing, something super contact, but it's like gang banging probably like touches that primal spot.
Yeah, I mean, even like football, it's like after you get shortly after college, you can't really go and play.
Right.
You know, like rec league sports are like not the same as like going fully.
It's just like sitting at a desk or working a job, you know what I mean? Like it's you're missing something as a man. Like, there's just a whole other part of life, part of being masculine that you just don't get to express.
Civilization is too civil.
Well, I mean, we killing each other all the time, and we don't need to be less civil.
But I feel like you kind of were hinting at, like, maybe if there was like some kind of outlet, you know what I mean? Maybe
Right,
this wouldn't be so extreme. Like, this is probably a
It's
reaction.
like, what if the rival gangs had boxing matches? And not in the backyard. And you know what I mean? I mean, like, actual boxing matches.
Mm-hmm.
But then, is the loser going to want to kill the winner?
Of course.
And it's like, plus, like we said, you know, they've been murdering everybody, and so it's like, it's not going to be complete peace. But what if that was a way to settle disputes? Have a boxing match.
Right? Like, something.
Is a choice.
No, that ain't no choice.
I mean,
no.
yeah, I'm gonna step up to that.
Yeah, I feel like it's mostly where you're born.
Yeah.
Like, if you're born into a neighborhood where that's your whole protection mechanism, that's what everyone's doing, is like, yeah, I mean, technically it is a choice, but not really. You know what I mean? Like, if you're born into it, you're born into it.
Remember those, back when we were in LA, the old school Crips, like the old school dudes were telling us how, like, it's like the safest neighborhood in the city because they basically had their own, like, security system. They had their own hierarchy, and they're like, you don't need to worry about being on this street. Now, a couple streets over, that's a different story. Remember that? It's crazy.
I believe that at the very bottom of joining the gang is ultimately a choice. The power of influence is crazy, and it will blind you to make you think that it's not. A lot of people is family orientated, are born into it, but at the end of the day, I have the choice to say, yes, this is what I want to do. No, this ain't what I want to do, no matter what age I am or not.
I feel like it's for sure a choice. It's not like how it used to be where, like you said, you feel me, you got some type of ties to this game. Nowadays, it's like, oh, that little nigga look turned. Hey, you hang with a nigga for a cool amount of time, build a relationship with him. If you really a nigga and you feel me, you really got stripes and rep like you do from your era, you could easily take him over there and make it happen. It's a choice to certain people. Certain people just gotta go with the flow.
It's not so much of a choice. It's like a way of life where I come from in my family because we always gang banging. Like I grew up to seeing blue rags. I grew up to seeing my brothers gonna fight their enemies at parks. I grew up to seeing dope sacks. I grew up to my daddy whipping dope in kitchens and all that. So it's like, that's not a choice. It's just, you adapt to it. You adapt because
I didn't
that's
choose
what it
this
is.
shit. This shit chose me. I signed up and they accepted. You feel me? This shit like the military. Let's not play.
I mean, you know, my daddy from Compton, you know, from a kid, this nigga had me in this red Cadillac, slapping through Compton, rolling up weed and dope. My mama side of the family, my cousin from Palmer Block Crip. Then I got other cousins from neighborhood Pyru down the street. And then I moved to the 60s at 8 years old. Then my older cousins, they start gang banging, you feel me? So it was just a way of life for me. This is what my family was about. It wasn't no choice.
Luckily, I had big homies to where they didn't want me to gang bang. You feel what I'm saying? They always told me play football.
I had homies that didn't want me to gang bang either. You feel me? They was like, AD, go play basketball, go play football. I even had a nigga that, Peanut, he used to come to me and say, stop gang banging. And I used to think this nigga thought I was soft, y'all. But the whole time, my nigga was being a real man and didn't want me to do this shit. You feel me?
I want to be Bruce Lee, man. Bruce Lee, I want to come home and kick everybody, man. But the Crips was at the movie theater. So we had to fight the Crips, and I'm 9 years old, and I'm like, man, I want to go to the movies. So it wasn't a choice. It was like, man, at the age of 13, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to stop being a victim. I'm going to fight back.
I'm more afraid of the police than I am of a rival gang.
Hell.
Oh, dang. I was going to ask you what you think, but hell, people start walking up already.
Yeah. I mean, also, though, even if they were more afraid of the police, do you think they would say, or even if they were more afraid of the rival gang, do you think they would say that? You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. Like, yeah, I can see why they wouldn't say it.
You know what I mean? It's like admitting you're afraid of the rival gang is basically saying, oh, you can mess with them.
Right.
Oh, shit, man. That ain't no...
Can I start? Can I please?
Hey,
I'm starting this
I'll
one.
probably be-
I fear the police because they the biggest gang in America.
Point blank. I think you just spoke for all of us.
They basically got all right to knock us down with no justice after that.
Yeah.
And on the side of them cop cars, it says to protect and serve.
Yeah.
But they ain't doing none of that. They taking us. So it's like, of course I'm gonna fear you because you're the one that's supposed to protect us. So I'm looking at you in the sense of, okay, you're supposed to be safety, but no, you really coming at me with your gun out. Right. You feel me? But I'm looking at this man, I know how he coming. It's not a facade how you gonna come, so I'm prepared for how you gonna come. You feel me? So when a cop come at you, why off top, if I'm supposed to be protected and served, why I gotta put my hands up all the time?
Just keep it simple, man. I'm afraid of the police because, let's say, for instance, my enemy shoot me and I survive. I can go revenge and honor that. You feel what I'm saying? The police shoot me, I survive. What the fuck can I do? And he can smoke me and can get away with it. My homies ain't go rally up and go smoke them niggas. You know where to go? They done sent him to Santa Barbara somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? He had a whole other department. Still got his position. That's it.
Yeah, that's the thing about civilization. There's rules to this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't just go revenge kill someone, but it's like, I guess in the game you can.
Right.
But then when the police come, you get a taste of the real world of civilization. Like, they do have absolute authority, and there's nothing you can do about it.
See, I feel like that is good and bad. Revenge, kill type.
I mean, it's mostly bad.
But the thing it's mostly
like,
bad.
Black people, we kill each other at the highest rates. Like, it's not doing us justice.
It's bad because people be like, oh, he spoke on my name. You know what I mean? It'd be
Well,
very,
you're talking about revenge. Like, they killed one of ours, we're taking two of yours.
Yes, I mean, that's bad, but I also feel like society has gotten so civil that people don't fear consequences for really screwing people over.
Right.
You know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, well, you know, I might get arrested. The courts are going to take a year. Like, they really don't fear other people.
It's like people can treat you any kind of way. It's like, what are you going to do, hit them? No, then you're going to go to prison.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's when you get the Karens and all this kind of stuff.
And that isn't okay because, I mean, at some point that's got to boil over. Like, collectively, at some point, there's going to be a ricochet.
Yeah, but what's worse, that or revenge killings?
I mean, that's true.
You know what I mean?
True. Like, that's basically...
It's like, I get their situation. Like, they have to do it. If they don't do it, they're going to keep getting walked over and killed. So, I mean, I get it. I don't think has a positive impact on the black community, but I do get that. I mean, they can't just be, oh, you killed one of ours. Okay, well, revenge killing's bad. We're not going to do it. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. But I still think it leads to more fatherless homes. You know what I mean?
Right.
More men in prison. Like, it's not good for the black community overall.
And if the law really, really worked all the time, 100% of the time, then I feel like they would know, okay, that person that took my brother or whatever is going to pay for their crime.
Well, no, because you never have to snitch.
But what about, like, all these cameras everywhere and not in the hood, I guess?
I mean, they're not going to snitch.
And they're not going to snitch.
Because then they're going to end up dead.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
gosh.
So, I mean, the person who killed his brother is probably not going to prison. Unless it happens somewhere in broad daylight where there are cameras and stuff. And even then, still might not.
I want my kids to be in a gang.
No.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I don't even got to speak on this.
The reason why I wouldn't want my sons or my daughter to be in a gang is because of the way the perception that society has on a gang. It's not about the way the community views a gang, because all that is an address. But if my child is from a gang, then I don't fear the communities around it. I fear the police. I fear that if my son break in a house, well, he should go to jail for a year or two. But if he in a gang, he gonna get a 12-year enhancement.
I don't want my daughter to be in the gang because reality, there's only two roads to this shit, either death or jail. It's only few that slip through the cracks.
And it's like, I don't want my kids to gangbang because I know how gangbanging limits you.
Definitely.
You know, it keeps you stagnated. You know, you can't go out there and be adventurous and see the world. And like for my son, my son, he can grow up and love a woman.
Right.
And her brothers could be from a gang that now you can't even love who you really want to love because, you know, just don't limit yourself. I don't want my kids to limit themselves. You feel me?
generation of gangbanging is a gift and a curse because it's kind of beautiful because we come from a generation that we figuring it out, we breaking it out. We got a lot of black entrepreneurs. We got sports players, we got rappers, we got people that got their own clothing lines. And this is all people that came from a gang, so it's like we not all bad just because we came from a gang. But as far as my kids getting involved with that, you don't have to gangbang to do all this stuff because you could go way further doing it if without those gang ties. But also, gang culture influences.
See, that's the crazy thing that you're talking about. We have entrepreneurs, we have rappers, but I feel like most people just really focus on the rappers. Mm-hmm. Like you see a black entrepreneur, billionaire, millionaire, whatever, I feel like most gang members don't think, oh, that could be me. Because when they came in, almost all of them said they do music.
Right.
And almost all of them. It's like the chance of making it out through music is slim. Mm-hmm. It's slim. They would have a better chance with entrepreneurship.
But I feel like music, a lot of times it'll be like they're singing about their life in the streets. You know what I mean? They're rapping about their life in the streets. They're going to the studio and the producers in the streets, the, you know, freaking sound or whatever is in the street. It's like the studio is in the streets. Like I feel like a clothing line would be much harder to express your gang lifestyle.
Well, I mean, a clothing line's a hard business to start, but I mean, cutting grass. Easy business to start. And people make six figures cutting grass. That's what I'm saying. There's so many opportunities, but I feel like as a culture, we mainly focus on athletics and music.
Why do you think that is?
Maybe that's what's shown in the media the most. I don't know, but like growing up, that's all you want to do. You know what I mean? Like I want to be a professional athlete growing up. It's like it's just and I'm not even from the hood. You know what I mean? But like just being black, you see so many black athletes and black artists. It's kind of like, oh, you know, that's my destiny. I'm gonna do that. That's what we do.
I know why.
Why?
Less red tape.
I mean, maybe, but how many black entrepreneurs could you name right now? Especially ones that didn't start from rap and branch out.
Now that's a different story.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm struggling to just pick one right now.
Well, Dame and John.
There you go, Dame and John.
But that was still like clothing line, FUBU or whatever.
Right, it's like, good luck starting a clothing line. Yeah. But yeah, so it's like, what else?
Out the streets.
Like we were naming white entrepreneurs, that's super easy.
Yeah.
Like you can name huge ones, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk.
Yeah, Steve Harvey's entertainment.
Right, that's not entrepreneurship, that's entertainment, but
I mean, I feel like even with entrepreneurship though, it's like I guess they could though start like a
I think you gotta start small. So realistically, you don't have the funds to be the next Bill Gates, you know, or Steve Jobs or Elon Musk. Like you really gotta start with smaller businesses that people don't think make a lot of money, but it makes money.
It makes money. But the one dude said he's a professional welder.
Yeah, that's good. Trades. Like that's a way out. Trade school is short too.
You know, this day and age though, I feel like people, like kids are not exposed to trades. Like they really don't teach you about trades.
I mean, if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't have went to college. I would have went to trade school.
Yeah.
Like, I don't use my college degree at all.
Shorter, cheaper, and you make literally just as much money. And if you have your own business, you
way less debt.
Way less debt. And it's way more like a skill set versus like college is like a general set of courses. You're going to have to learn whatever your job anyway.
I mean, it's like nothing against college for the people who are going to go and use the degree and it pays for itself. But for me, I don't like sitting at the desk. And after college, that's what I was doing, sitting at the desk. I hated it. Back was hurting. It's like, can't do this desk thing. So I don't use my degree at all. But I feel like the black community in general, we're not aware of all the different routes to make decent bread. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We think like athlete, music, or just go to college.
You know, that would be something really interesting if they like took a curriculum to all the black schools around the country that was basically about trades and like starting your own like small business in like landscaping or plumbing or like
about a bunch of different routes to make money.
A bunch of different routes that were like much less red tape than like 4-year degree and or you know.
Right.
I think they would love it.
I think so. I mean, that's part of the problem that the black community has right now is like we are not aware of things. Like if we knew how to do better, a lot of us would. I mean, some of us realistically might not be in a position to do better, but a lot of us would, and over time that would add up. It would snowball.
It would.
It'd be easy to name black entrepreneurs in the media.
Yeah, but right now, like the biggest stuff that's told to black people is like go to college or like marry a white person. Like it's not like told to black people, but it's like implied. You know what I mean? Marry up, like marry a white person.
Right,
I feel like
Tupac got influenced by gang cultures and cost him his life. So it's like, so it's like gang culture influences everybody. But for my kids, my nieces, my nephews, and everybody under me, I do not want that for them because it took so much of my life.
Me personally, I don't have any kids, but this topic right here, I got a little twist to it. It's the definition of the word, because see, us being black, the definition of a gang is, oh, they hoodlums, they thugs. But if you from a white gang, oh, that's a collective community. They just some regular people that do the same thing at the same time.
See, I can't even name a white gang. Like, you can name some Latino gangs and stuff. I can't name a white gang. And I know they exist, but it's like, I guess you don't see them as much in the media.
Well, like the mafia, like the mob or whatever.
But that's just saying a gang.
Yeah.
Oh, but a gang by a different name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And it's like, the mafia is still around.
But you know what? I do think they probably, like there's Asian gangs. And probably every culture has, like...
Yeah, the biker gangs. Like Hell's Angels or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the only one of those I can name, but that's about it.
Proud Boy?
No.
I don't think so.
Every day. So you know what? I just might want my kids to be in a gang. A damn good one. But like our LAPD or our sheriff, some shit for us, you feel me? So I would, hell yeah, I want my kid to be in a gang, a positive one though.
Wait, so was he basically saying white gangs are positive?
I mean,
That's basically what I got from
he's
it.
saying basically civilization. I feel like he was saying basically civilization supports white gangs.
Well, he was basically saying any like group of people is a gang. You know what I mean? Because he said LAPD or sheriff. So I mean, I think he's just saying like a group of people. And I can see an argument for police officers being gangs.
Yeah.
But that's what I got.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Real members aren't going to show up.
Certified.
Like, I already know everybody want to talk that shit.
Certified. I feel like that comment is probably very kind of like valid in a sense because everybody would question that, like what type of gang members would want to speak openly about gangs on TV, but that's what separates the leaders from the followers of that gang. So it's all a mindset, y'all. It's really a mindset. I'm talking about getting over beefing with your enemies and everything. It starts with your mindset first, and hopefully I can shine enough light to everybody else see what I'm doing and be like, all right, he came from that. He did this and he doing this, and now look at him. He's still back in his hood, which I really commend Nipsey for everything he did, because he showed us that at the end of the day, Nipsey Hussle got so big and he died from gangbanging politics. He died being a 60 Crip that the world couldn't even believe it, so they said it was a conspiracy. But at the heart of it, he lived his life as a real gangbanger and did what he was supposed to do. And when he died for standing up for what's right, that every gangbanger should have felt the same way. And it showed behind the love that he got that. And I feel like as a gangbanger, that's how you would want your legacy to be when you die. It's like, I'm bigger than gangbanging.
For the people that judge this game banging and all that, it's like this, like, I'm you and you me. I could easily live your life if God placed me right there. You feel me? I'm living my best life that I was given. Yeah. I wasn't given a golden spoon. I wasn't given a silver spoon. I got this little styrofoam plate and this plastic spoon, and I'm going to build and I'm going to go with it. So before you get judgmental and say, they gang banging and they doing it, come see. And it's all about what you make it.
I never thought that I would be sitting here with y'all. I never thought I'd be sitting with no Bloods. I never thought I'd be sitting with no Compton Crips. I never thought I'd be sitting with no other gang but 60s. And I didn't want to sit with no other gang when I was a youngster. I didn't want to do nothing but go hurt people. I didn't want to do nothing but gang bang and make the hood proud. But now, that's out the question. My fight is for these people, for them. My fight is for every LA gang. That's my fight. I'm from every LA gang now. So if anybody got a problem with that, or got a problem with them pushing this piece, we gonna holler.
We got it out the mud. We ain't had no loan like Donald Trump, no $1 million loan. We got it out the mud.
All that. All
Wow, I got goosebumps on that last
All
part.
right. I still.
Oh, you did! Wow.
I mean, he was shooting from the heart, you know what I'm
He
saying?
meant
Like, if
that.
someone's not shooting from the heart, we call it out. But I mean, he was shooting from the heart.
Now, wouldn't that be something?
I feel like this is a powerful message to black people.
It is.
You are never going to see this in the mainstream media, ever.
You're going to see white people speaking on behalf of black people about how police brutality is so bad. You know what I mean?
Or you'll see black people talking about that. They'll let black people get on the news and complain about some shit, act a fool.
Yeah. They won't let you.
You're going to lose your job. You know, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
hide your wife, hide your kids. Yeah, that's so true. They won't, like... But this is dangerous right here, and they know it.
Yeah, like, this is the stuff they don't want you to see.
Because to
me, to see a bunch of black men getting along is powerful.
Masculine black men,
right?
Not black. I mean, that's dangerous. Because if all those gangs stop killing each other and united to like checks and balances within the black community, build clothing lines, music, whatever, but it's all like, you know, in the black community.
Yeah, they're supporting black business like the Asians do. If all the gangs were more peaceful, and then like you actually have a black community that's supporting each other, it'd be dangerous.
It would be a true community.
People wouldn't like that.
Yeah, that was a good video. Wow, he said he was for all the gangs. I was like, whoo.
Because if the gangs went from gang banging to being more like a fraternity, like a brotherhood, look out. We'd be moving up that socioeconomic ladder.
Yeah, we would. Definitely.
If you have any more video suggestions, leave them in the comments. Hit the subscribe button if you want to help out the channel. That's a wrap.
I don't know. Tell me, man, what do you know? What do you know? Me and my boys on the road. You to go. She told me, boy, you to go. Like, I don't know. But I don't know.